I have this sense of lack within myself today. Almost like there is something so tense in my chest. And I to be honest, it's a bit vulnerable being seen here on camera, being witnessed. I've committed to a challenge where I'm devoting 90 days to create a video every day. I've tried to record, I think, 4 videos now. And I see that, like, sometimes I have a tendency to, instead of showing this vulnerable part of myself that I don't really want to show others, let's see here. I instead hide myself under a layer of performing, speaking of things that I think that people want to hear. It's that kind of disconnection where I want to show up in a way that I have a hard time showing up as, because it's like this is almost like it's blocking me. I don't know, I feel a little bit emotional, to be honest. And for me, the path of radical self-ownership is to acknowledge the parts that is like speak from the part that wants to hide. That's what I'm doing now. I'm speaking from the part that wants to make it perfect, and that now feels like I don't have anything really to say. And I still choose to show up. I still choose to expose myself. I choose to speak from what's alive instead of coming up with an idea, a story up in my mind. And instead of judging this expression of myself, I'm leaning into it. I'm leaning into the discomfort of it. I'm leaning into expressing from it rather than about it. I allow the thing that I've been judging to be seen so that I can speak from that place instead of hiding myself behind it. And whenever I do this, I free myself a little bit more. I feel more free, feel more expressed, like I have nothing to hide. Because sometimes when I record a video, it's like I'm coming from this performing energy, of trying to be someone, or of trying to have something to say, something important, something people will resonate with. And instead I lose track of myself and of my authenticity, because I'm speaking from a conceptual place rather than a lived experience place. And I want to be able to show up in a consistent way, speaking in front of the camera. And this means like embracing whatever state I'm in, not judging it, and show up anyways. So that's what I'm doing here. And most likely this will look like just a dude speaking and you can't see the problem about it. That's mostly how it looks like when, you know, we ourselves are judging a part of us, but then people around us can't really see what the problem is because they don't have the same issue, for example. But there is a lot of things going on in my system right now, like a lot of tension in my chest, and it's just a bit new to show up here when I'm in this state of being, because most times I'm just shutting down. Most times I'm just closing myself off fully. And now I'm really like practicing like allowing myself to be seen in it. And I know that like through doing this today, even if it doesn't resonate with anyone, it helps me to stay more true to myself, and to also neutralize this tension that is within myself that prevents me from being in the flow. Because I can sense that, like, yes, it's something is contracting. I've felt this for a couple of days, and now I was like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna speak about today? And still having that devotion to the practice of like, yes, I will record a video today. I don't know what I will speak about, and still I will show up. And to be honest, this probably feels the most natural and authentic to speak about right now, to speak of the actual practice, to speak of my struggle in this practice. And this is what I've been like avoiding before, that has made it hard for me to stay consistent, because I don't know what state I will be in, and therefore I don't know if I will be able to show up this day for this practice, for example. So this is more about like that kind of meta communication, right, that I'm in today. And it feels good to just like allow myself to expand here as well. I can sense that something is like loosening up a little bit in my chest, and I know I want to be like a living example of that as well, to like really own your own self-expression and really be in your power, whatever you're going through. And I'm kind of doing that, practicing doing that now. And sooner or later I want to build a community that will probably be like a video-based community. And a part of the purpose I feel about this community is to really go there to that uncomfortable place within ourselves where it's like, now I don't want to be seen. And then to have a safe space where you can actually show up and be witnessed by people who are actually like, that is your tribe. I've experienced this through pursuing different coaching programs before in my life. and also been in men's groups and been on tantra retreats and all that stuff. I'm quite of a spiritual guy, and at the same time I think I also have that kind of rootedness in like the real world, and I'm not just like up in the air all the time. But anyways, like for me that's been very, very helpful to own more of myself, because like we don't really expand in behind closed doors. We expand when we come together. We expand when we let ourselves be seen by others. And if this is new to you, like that's something that I would love to create, like that safe space where a part of it also is to like show up on the days where it's like, now I want to hide myself, and instead I show up, I press record, I'm witnessed by people, and through doing this we like kind of tell ourselves that this is just like that we don't need to hide anymore, and that we can integrate that aspect of ourselves and feel the emotions behind it, and like expand our, like the physical body actually expands when we reveal what we have tried to protect or hide. And the cool thing is also like that's what I love with this devotional 90-day recording, posting on YouTube practice, that like every day I am confronted with a part of myself, and I'm also crafting my path and my way of showing up. And I know that like the last couple of videos has been quite different from each other, because I'm exploring, and without like putting in the reps, it's the same thing as like an artist. If you don't put in the reps of actually painting, you will not find your unique style. And that's a part of it that I'm doing now. Like instead of just being in that position where it's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and I'm serving these kind of people, and this is my voice, and just deciding, I'm putting myself into a corner where it's like, okay, now I'm limiting myself from my own potential. Instead of like the artist, just imagine like an artist that is, for example, only painting with I don't know, one kind of colors. They wouldn't know that there are more types of colors and textures to explore. So therefore they are like putting themselves into a corner before they even haven't really explored what is possible. And I believe that like when we start like in this kind of macro lens, we can then find the micro in the macro. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I think a part of why the algorithm isn't really picking up my videos now. I have lower engagement than I've ever had. It's probably because I'm like shifting a little bit in how I express myself, because I try different things and I feel into what sticks and what doesn't stick. And like if you look at my videos and if you follow me, you will see that like some days I am more specific in the words that I use, and I speak more directly into the camera, and I'm speaking to like you on the other side of the lens, really connecting with the lens and with you on the other side. And some days like today is very loose, right? I'm just like speaking of whatever comes to my mind, and I'm putting myself in the main position. that was what I felt like, okay, this is the only thing I can really do today. I just like speak from my lived experience, and also like the thing that I feel like is a little bit, yeah, it's here, and it's like a bit contracted within myself. So I allow myself to go there and to express that and just be seen in it. So yeah, I don't know if I have anything more to say, but like, yeah, I feel proud of myself for, instead of like, before I would probably not even recorded a video today, and I would like, okay, I didn't have anything to say, so then I didn't say anything, and I don't believe that's true. Like, I have something to say, and I've said it, and it looks in a different way, and maybe it's harder for you to connect with it or not, I don't know. But for me, it's like, yeah, I'm just exploring and I'm expressing what I'm going through. And I'm very excited to see like where I will be after a month, for example. Now I've recorded a video every day for 2 weeks. And so that's exciting as well. To like find my craft in it. Yeah. It's very rainy here today. You can probably hear it. The microphone will probably catch it up. I'm standing here in a carport recording. I wanted to go up in the forest, but it's way too rainy today. So yeah. Yeah, I still feel this like wanting to protect, to hide. Yeah, it is what it is. That was the transmission for today. Yeah, I see you tomorrow. Bye.